Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
So we are from group 6. We will explain about memory management. Okay, so this is our team. I am Rana, and then
I'm Dia Gunsari.
and then
Dava Fadila Putra.
And then I'm Rifa Diartanto.
okay, next.
What is the memory? Memory is the center of activity on the computer because every process that will be run must go through memory first. The CPU takes instruction from memory according to what is in the program counter. Next. Hierarchy memory. The one upper level L0 to L2, fast, small, expensive. The one L0 register the fastest level, store for data that is currently being processed directly by the CPU. 2. L1 cache or on chip, store raw of data retrieved from the L2 cache. This is the smallest cache and is the close to CPU core. 3. L L2 cache or off chip. Store raw of cache retrieved from the main memory or RAM is served as the primary buffer between the CPU and RAM. 2. Middle level L3 or main memory. L3 or main memory DRAM or RAM, the computer primary working memory is store block of data retrieved from the hard disk. Program must be here to be executed. 3. Lower level L4 to L5 slow, large, and cheap. This is the area for long-term data storage far from the CPU. L4 local backup storage or hard disk store file retrieval from remote storage or L5. It also functions as virtual memory or swap space. L5 remote backup storage store file retrieval from the network, web server, or distribution file system. Next, what is the management memory? Memory management is process of managing memory on a computer disk. On a computer, the method allows from allocation memory to processes on demand, releasing it for reuse when no longer needed, and saving memory space allocation to processes. Next is a experience on memory management monoprogramming.
Monoprogramming memory management is a memory management method which only one program executes memory at a time. When the computer is running, the entire RAM memory is controlled by the program. Therefore, RAM cannot be accessed by other program. Without swapping, there is no process of moving in and out between RAM and disk to save space in RAM. No part of the program is moved to disk to save RAM. Without paging, when a process must be contained in single large contiguous block of main memory, the process cannot be broken down into separate parts. 3 ways of memory allocation for monoprogramming. 1. The operating system and user program are placed in RAM. 2. The operating system placed in ROM and user program placed in RAM. 3. the operating system placed in RAM at the bottom address the user program above it, and the device driver is placed in ROM in the form of ROM BIOS. Okay, this is
Partitioning strategies. Static versus dynamic. Static partitioning mechanism memory is divided into fixed size block like 100 megabyte each at startup. A problem. It causes an internal fragmentation like a 30 megabyte program fill in 100 megabyte block. It weighs like 70 megabyte inside. Like 2. Dynamic partitioning mechanism. Partitions are created on the fly to fit the exact size of the process. Problem. It causes an external fragmentation as program exit. It scatter gaps or holes appear that are too small to use. Like we can check in the Discord, it's dynamic partitioning. So the Windows just partition like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Discord program. You can check in task manager like just click Windows and then you can type task manager. It will appear. Next is swapping and compaction. Compaction, the issues. It scatter a small gaps like external fragmentation. The action shift all process to one side of the memory. The result is combine a small hole into one large free block, so the another program will fit in that large free block. 2. Swapping. The concept is like moving data between RAM and disk. It swap out, move idle apps to disk, and free up some RAM, and then swap in, move app back, move move apps back to RAM when needed. So you can check swapping in Task Manager like here. You will see the working progress in here. It's what in here. In here, you can check on the hard file. So if the hard file just move to 100, it's like swapping. So the next is the solution, yaitu the solution is pegging mechanism. Pegging solve fragmentation by allowing non-contiguous memory allocation. So how it works? Like physical RAM is divided into fixed size block or logical program are split into blocks at the same size. Mapping the OS use a peg table to map any pegs to any available frame in RAM. The result is no external fragmentation, 100% efficient. So how we see pegging mechanism? You can see it in Task Manager in the details. You can see the working. It's a pegging mechanism. So the program just make some space for the working program. And how we create a virtual memory? So we can create a virtual memory in advanced memory. Like we can see in here. You can You can open advanced memory and then go to performance and then go to virtual memory in here. So we can change the virtual memory like we want. Just custom the virtual memory. Next will be presented by my friend.
Okay, so I'm gonna explain about memory allocation strategy. Memory allocation strategy is the method and operating system used to determine where a program or process will be placed within main memory. This strategy is crucial in memory management for multi-programming, particularly in dynamic partitioning system to reduce fragmentation. The goal of memory management is to safely manage and optimize memory usage for running programs. This involves allocating space and reducing fragmentation. So memory allocation strategy is divided into 6 methods. The first one is first fit, and then next fit, and then best fit, and then worst fit, and then quick fit, and the last one is buddy system. So I'm gonna explain about the first fit. Next. So first fit algorithm. The core principle of the algorithm is search start at the beginning. The search for suitable location always begins at the beginning of memory. So the termination criteria is the search process will stop as soon as the first location large enough to accommodate the process is found. So the advantage of this algorithm is that it is fast because it does not need to search the entire list of empty partition. The disadvantages is tends to create many small holes in the early part of memory or internal fragmentation, which are difficult for large processes to use in the future, making the remaining memory is inefficient. Okay, done. Okay, that's all from our group. Thank you and goodbye.